just short.
They're calling him at the 1 yard line.
By a yard.
We've seen that play many times at the goal line too, where they have Aiden under center, Cam behind him in a 3-point stance, Willie behind him in his regular running back stance. His running back stance is like Ashton Gentry's running back stance. So, and then Aiden just pitches it out to Willie, Cam the lead blocker, and then usually they get good yardage out of it like they just did.
It does set up a first down for the Wildcats. I formation, Willie in the backfield. Aiden keeps it, but Aiden is brought down.
It looked like it was a weird play because I saw Cam go to the right, I saw Willie go to the right for like a step, and then they noticed Aiden was going to the left for some reason. So maybe a miscommunication there and plays with the running back and quarterback, because it would have been way easier for Aiden to get some yards if Cam and Willie were going to the left side and help him block.
That's going to be a loss of about 3 yards as it sets up 2nd and 5 at the 5. A score here is imperative for the Wildcats.
Yes.
Got less than a minute now on the clock. I formation. Fumbles the ball. Manton will recover the fumble. Another fumble recovery by Manton. What is going on with this Evart Wildcat offense?
Evart has good drives. They have good drives going, and then they get to the red zone. Like all year, they get to the red zone, and then they struggle to get the ball into the end zone. I don't know what it is, but they have to figure it out before next week. They have to.
They need to figure it out now.
They have to figure it out now, but they obviously have Beale City next week, so they have to figure out before next week, especially, or it is going to be a long night for Evart.
52 seconds to go in this first half. Rangers will take over. 1st and 10 at the 10. Pickup of about 2. Pickup about 2. Going to be 2nd down and 8. Vendell on the tackle for the Wildcats. The clock is ticking. If I'm the Rangers, it doesn't, I'm kind of just hanging out here.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything special. I would honestly maybe just take a knee here.
I bet you they run.
I bet you they probably run, or they're gonna.
Oh, look at that! Wing team specialty,
and they're like running the ball very well. For a wing tee, it's hard to see who has the ball, obviously, like we said, but they're running it very well. They're breaking tackles when guys are wrapped on them. They're doing the stuff they need. They're doing the little stuff they need to do.
That is going to be the final play of this first half here in Evart, Michigan. Manton Rangers on top, 16-0, heading into halftime. We're going to take a quick few-minute break and come back with a very special guest on B1039.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. We're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
I'm Molly Cataldo, your Evart Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and Evart is a proud local sponsor of the Evart Wildcats football team. Call 231-515-1187 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Big Rapids new B1039.
Applications for the Scholar Athlete Award are now being accepted, and boys soccer postseason play kicks off with the district round next week. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. There have been many changes throughout the history of the MHSAA. New sports have been added, rules change, but one thing you can count on year after year is the MHSAA Scholar Athlete Award presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. This is the 37th year of working with Farm Bureau on these awards. Since the 1988-89 school year, Farm Bureau has handed out more than $1 million in scholarships for the Scholar Athlete Award. Seniors with an unrounded 3.5 or better grade point average who have earned at least one varsity letter in an MHSAA-sponsored sport are eligible to apply. Ultimately, 32 student athletes will be selected to receive $2,000 college scholarships. Applications are now being accepted for the award. Everything you need to apply can be found online at MHSAA.com, and the application deadline is at 4 p.m. on Friday, December 5th. Finalists will be announced in late January. The scholarship winners will be announced throughout the month of February, and the scholarship winners will be honored during the boys basketball finals at the Breslin Center in East Lansing in March. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Adrian kicker Zach Hassan. He drilled a 37-yard field goal as time expired to give Adrian a 3-0 win over Ypsilanti Lincoln. The win moves Adrian to 4-1 and gives Lincoln their first loss of the year. Kingsford junior Gage Sorensen also booted home a game-winning field goal, this from 23 yards with 33 seconds left, which gave Kingsford a 17-15 win over Calumet. And in 8-player football, Norway did not need a last-second field goal to knock off Pickford. After losing to Pickford each of the past 3 years, Norway defeated the Panthers 44-6, improving to 5-0.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We're on the pitch today for a field hockey You Make the Call. During the execution of a penalty corner, the defending goalkeeper is struck on the hand and cannot continue. How is play resumed? Allow a properly equipped goalkeeper to substitute? Disallow any substitution, the injured goalkeeper must remain in the game. The defending team shall forfeit. If you said to allow the substitution, you are correct. According to the rules, a goalkeeper substitution is permitted during a penalty corner in the event of injury or suspension. Once the new goalkeeper is ready, resume play with the continuation of the penalty corner. Field players, however, may not substitute until the penalty corner has been completed. This ensures proper game flow while prioritizing player safety.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Postseason play is upon us. Boys soccer districts will get started on Wednesday, October 8th. The brackets for each of the 4 divisions were released on Sunday, and each district is seeded using the Michigan Power Rating. Brackets and team info is all available at MHSAA.com. 16 district winners in each division will advance to regionals, which start October 21st. 2 rounds of regionals will get us to the semifinals on Wednesday, October 29th, and all 4 finals are on Saturday, November 1st, hosted at Grand Ledge High School. Division 4 will kick us off at 10 a.m., followed by Division 3 at 12:30, Division 2 at 3:30, and the day ends with Division 1 starting at 6 p.m. Muskegon Western Michigan Christian will be out to win a 4th straight D4 title. Pontiac Notre Dame Prep is set to defend its D3 title. Warren De La Salle Collegiate captured the Division II title last year, and Rochester Adams is looking to win its 3rd Division I title in 4 years. Tickets for the soccer postseason can be purchased at gofan.co, and you can watch on the NFHS network. A subscription is just $13.99 a month or $79.99 for the year. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
B1039.
Your local family-owned dealer for tractors, implements, and more is Burnup's Equipment Company with 8 convenient locations, including Big Rapids, Breckenridge, Coopersville, Dorr, Hudson, Nashville, Three Rivers, and Wyatt, Indiana. Burnup's offers more than just tractors, from mowers and snow blowers to combines, plus parts, expert service, and fully stocked hardware stores. Backed by a dedicated team, they're proud to support our communities and proud to be a broadcast sponsor of the Evart Wildcats.
Step into the excitement at AJ's Event Center in Evart. Swing in for top-notch bowling lanes and action-packed arcade, food and spirits, now with a smashing new rage cage and axe throwing. Plus, indulge in all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays and Saturdays. Located just 2 miles west of Evart on US 10. Find us on Facebook for all the latest updates and specials. Make every moment unforgettable at AJ's Event Center and Bowling Center.
Worth Landscaping, a second-generation business, has been a proud supporter of Evart Public Schools and all Evart athletics for more than 25 years. Worth Landscaping specializes in irrigation systems, landscape design, hardscapes, hydroseeding, lawn care, to commercial snow and ice removal in the winter. Contact Josh Worth at 231-349-5693 or Tyler Worth 231-629-5150. It'll be worth the call. Worth Landscaping.
Upgrade your retail space with reliable store fixtures from Miller Liquidators and Store Fixtures, Michigan's trusted source for quality used retail equipment. They deliver across the state, specializing in used Lozier retail shelving, true glass door coolers and freezers, pallet racking and commercial safes, plus complete store packouts, relocations, and on-site liquidation sales. Contact them today at 616-426-1247 or visit MillerLiquidations.com.
Welcome back to B1039, the home of your Evart Wildcats. We have about 12 and a half minutes left to go in this halftime, and we're watching the homecoming courts make their way down. We've already seen one of our favorite freshmen, Willie Ray, walk down with his parents, and we're welcoming on the rest of the homecoming courts. We have a little bit of a special guest with us today. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
I'm Jimmy Ridzik. I'm a freshman at Ferris State University this fall, and I'm stoked to be here, man. It's cool.
So, Jimmy, first question off the back. You said you're a freshman. You were just in high school, watching all of this happen.
Yeah.
How big, where are you from?
I'm from Novi, Michigan, southeast Michigan, you know, near the Detroit area, Metro Detroit. So, yeah, definitely a change of pace coming out west.
How was homecoming for Novi?
It was a pretty big deal. You know, super fun week. You know, football team. I was on the football team, and we'd get custom jerseys made, which was always cool. Seniors got to pick the design, so I was in the room when we picked the design for our senior year. So it was a really cool week. You know, definitely a big time game. You know, our senior year we won on a last minute touchdown. So it was just a really cool week, really fun opportunity. So
awesome. So, welcome to Evart, Michigan. First time you've ever been here?
Oh yeah, no, definitely never been in this area before. It's definitely a change of pace for sure.
First time in Evart, Michigan. You've got to see some amazing wing tee football, everyone's favorite. What do you think about some of the gameplay we've seen thus far?
I definitely think that you can see the talent of the quarterback, Aiden Anderson. He's a super talented kid. Just a big time player, you can tell, and they just need to protect him a little bit more, I think, in this game. You know, and they got to take care of the ball, obviously. You can't turn the ball over against the wing tee because, you know, even if you get the stop, you get a 3 and out, they're still taking 3 minutes off the clock. So I just think that the Wildcats have to take better care of the ball and then obviously perhaps force a fumble or two on defense.
Yeah, so the Wildcats have been a little notorious this year of falling behind, but I promise we should be seeing some scoring here shortly. They like to be a second half team. Hopefully we'll see that. Unfortunately, they turned the ball over at the end of the first half before they could score. Fortunately, Manton wasn't able to do anything about that. But you know what, Jimmy? I want to learn a little bit more about you. Okay, you're in the sports comm program, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
How are you enjoying your time at Ferris?
Definitely enjoying it. You know, always wanted to go to Ferris State for the sports communication. You know, I've known that they've had that major since middle school, and I've always been interested in that. You know, always wanted to get on the microphone and talk about sports. You know, it's always been the dream of mine. So to come out here and study that, it's been a great first month and a half so far. So.
And Jimmy and I are in the Sports Professionals Association RSO at Ferris, which is how we met. And we actually just put on an event this past week in partnership with Big Rapids Area 5 Special Olympics and our Ferris men's ice hockey team. And that was your first event that you've really attended?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's the first thing I've ever really done outside of just class and studying. So it's definitely an awesome time, get to meet the Area 5 people, get to, get familiar with the ice hockey team that, I'll hopefully go to a few games this year. So it's just a really cool opportunity, got to rep the game, hang out with the other people in the RSO, and just, it was a really cool opportunity.
But it feels like everything's kind of going as well as it can be here at Ferris?
Yeah, definitely, big change. I've always been a home body, home guy, so definitely getting out on my own, it's been a little strange. Don't know a lot of people out here, obviously, coming from the east side, so it's definitely been a change, but, definitely learning and adapting to it, and it's definitely been a positive experience so far.
So let's talk about your high school career right before coming to Ferris. Sports, you said you played football.
Yep, I played football and baseball pretty much. I played baseball my entire life, played basketball up until high school. Played on the freshman team, but, I never played past that because I wanted to focus on baseball and football. Unfortunately, had some injuries, couldn't play my senior year of football or my last 2 years of baseball, so it's definitely a tough time. I was in and out my junior year of baseball, but my senior year couldn't play at all because of my knee, and obviously football, I got hurt during the first week, so never even made it to the first game of my senior year. But definitely, still have a lot of good experiences, some not great experiences for sports as well, so it's definitely shaped who I am today. And I always love sports. Sports have been my thing my entire life, and that's why I obviously chose to study sports communication and try and get into the sports world. But yeah, just always love sports, always love playing, watching, and talking about them. So yeah, definitely shaped my experiences for sure.
Just in the few minutes that you've been on the air with us, it kind of sounds like you've done this before. Have you broadcasted in the past?
Yeah,
before?
So I got an awesome opportunity. My playoff, football team made the playoffs last year and got an awesome opportunity with Sportscaster and WJR to be on the color commentary for that game, which was an awesome experience. And then, had some connections to the radio local for our school, and was able to call some of our home basketball games as well. So yeah, definitely have some experience on the mic doing color. Never been the play-by-play guy. Definitely hoping to do that at some point in my life. That's what I would love to be my job. But yeah, definitely have some experience, and that was an awesome time during my senior year of high school.
So let me get this straight. You came here so you could take my job.
I wouldn't say take the job, calling Evart High School, but, just in general, would love to do some play-by-play at some point in my life. I was hoping that my future in the sports world, so definitely a good opportunity to get out here tonight and help you out. So.
And just a quick break, real quick. Homecoming King was just announced, and it was not Aiden Anderson like we thought it was going to be. It was actually, let's see if I have their list on hand. It's going to be Millen Kimball for the seniors, and Madison Cass for a homecoming queen. Congratulations to both of them. A huge honor to be awarded king and queen for homecoming. Way back when I was in high school, it feels like about an eon now, about 4 years ago, I was actually for the first time ever, my senior year, I was on the homecoming court. We talked about this a little bit last week at Pine River. It was their homecoming. I'll never forget, Brandon Shannock was awarded homecoming king right next to me, one of my favorite guys in that graduating class. So I just know it's been, I know the emotions are feeling great for both of these candidates right now. the football players who are part of the courts are making their run back to the barn so they can spend these last few minutes of halftime with their teams to make these adjustments. Jimmy, I just want to thank you for coming on. It's been absolutely amazing being able to talk with you tonight, being able to get to know you these last few weeks at some of our meetings. We are going to be hearing from Jimmy again tonight. For the second half of the game, Jimmy and Cam are going to be splitting some reps with color commentary. Cam will be taking over the first half of the third quarter, and then we'll hear back from Jimmy for the last 6 minutes of the third, first 6 minutes of the fourth, so we can get to hear him a little bit more. Jimmy, thank you for coming on.
Of course, man. This is a huge opportunity, to come out here to, the local high school game. A little bit different, obviously, like I said, from my high school, the small town feel of it. It's been a cool atmosphere tonight, and I can't wait to get back on the radio soon.
Awesome. Well, we'll hear from you in just a few minutes, and we are going to send you guys to another quick word from our sponsors as we're dwindling down on halftime.
WBZX, Big Rapids.
Stop in to Northland Area Federal Credit Union in Evart, Reed City, or any of their 17 branches in northern Michigan to find great rates on many different financial products. While banks merge more often than you can keep track of and impose increased fees, Northland is a not-for-profit financial co-op committed to helping you save money. They specialize in small business growth and services. Check them out at northlandcu.com. Northland is federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey, it's Lauren
and Michaela with Big Rapids Roofing.
Veterans Day is fast approaching, and as a veteran-owned company, it's one of our favorite holidays to celebrate.
In honor of all who have served, Big Rapids Roofing is once again partnering with Habitat for Humanity to raise money for their Veterans Critical Home Repair Program. There are a few ways to help us accomplish our mission, one option being our 3rd annual pheasant hunt.
It will be hosted at Haymarsh Hunt Club on October 18th. Lunch and guides will be provided by our sponsors.
To register, call us at 231-629-8088.
Your friends at Lang Mechanical join all of us in hoping for an Evart football victory. If you want your heating and cooling system to be a winner all year long, get in touch with Lang Mechanical day or night. 231-388-0632. And go Wildcats!
If you are trying to fight invasive plant growth on your lake or pond, PLM Lake and Land Management is ready to help. For nearly 50 years, their scientists and state-certified applicators have provided the highest quality services to their customers. With offices throughout Michigan, including Evart, they service water bodies of any size. So if you need help containing a current infestation or preventing one from taking hold, get in touch with PLM Lake and Land Management at plmcorp.net. Proud to be a part of the Evart community. Go Wildcats!
Your local family-owned dealer for tractors, implements, and more is Burnip's Equipment Company with 8 convenient locations, including Big Rapids, Breckenridge, Coopersville, Dorr, Hudson, Nashville, Three Rivers, and Wyatt, Indiana. Burnip's offers more than just tractors, from mowers and snow blowers to combines, plus parts, expert service, and fully stocked hardware stores. Backed by a dedicated team, they're proud to support our communities and proud to be a broadcast sponsor of the Evart Wildcats.
Welcome back to B1039, the home of your Evart Wildcats. I want to thank Jimmy once again for coming on at halftime. Like I said, we'll hear from him again in just a little bit near the tail end of this game. I'm here with Cameron Miller. He has returned. He's back on the mic. Cam, we're down 16-0.
Like we were talking about at the end of the quarter about the red zone. You can't be in the red zone as many times as they are. They're in the red zone, I think, more than 75% of the time on their drives. So you can't be in the red zone that many times and not put a score on, put points on the board. You have to be able to put points on the board when you're in the red zone. No matter what. Field goal, touchdown, anything. You need to be able to put points on the board in the red zone. You cannot come away with no points.
And something that Jimmy had mentioned when he was on is you can't turn the ball over when you're playing against Wing T. Wing T just chews up that clock super fast.
That's why I went so fast.
Even if, you can't say that, remember?
I knocked on wood.
I said it last week, and the second half was a lot longer.
We were there for 2 hours almost.
If you turn the ball over and you give the ball to a team who's running the wing tee, even if you get a 3 and out, you're wasting 3 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like they take absolute eons to get a play going.
Yeah.
And if it's, they're rushing it, they're running it, so that clock's continuing to chew. It's just, if you can get a full drive in running the wing tee, even if you get them not to score, if you stop them at the 35, the 30, even the 25, you're wasting 4 or 5 minutes, maybe sometimes 6, 7 minutes on the clock. And that's just not something you want, especially coming down. You're down 2 scores right now. Manton gets the ball to start the half.
Yes, and they're going to chew up the clock, obviously, with the wing tee, like you were just saying. They're going to chew up the clock. And second thing, 6-7 needs to go away very fast because I'm getting sick of it with everybody at school saying it too. It needs to go away. But like we were talking about, though, not including the joke, they cannot let Manton chew up the clock like they are. They have to be able to do what we were talking about earlier with Anderson getting the ball punched out, Hutchinson doing it to Lamar Jackson. Oh, Derrick Henry. Punch the ball out, get a turnover, and get the ball back and go put points on the board early in the third quarter because you can't let them chew up clock and then you chew up clock going to score a touchdown. Then before we know it, we're in the fourth quarter and they're going to have the ball again and they're going to chew up clock again.
Well, and I would like to see them be aggressive off the rip, down 2 scores, kicking it to Manton. They've started, I think, 2 out of 5 games with an onside kick.
I would like to
see an onside kick.
But here's the thing, Manton has watched film probably, and they know it's probably going to be coming with a 16-0 game. Them running the wing tee, knowing they're going to waste clock, so they probably know it's going to be coming, the onside kick at some point during the game.
And one of the things that hurts the most, give credit where credit is due. Manton, teams that run the wing tee, or normally your country farm side teams, you got kids who have probably grown up on the farm, before school, early mornings, go to school, go to practice, come back, you're back on the farm. So their defensive line has been able to make the Wildcats O-line their own. They've been able to run through that line. I don't think we've seen Aiden get sacked as many times in one half as we have so far this game. I think it's been like 4. Their D-line has just been able to make a mess with the Wildcats O-line, and it's all because, they're big boys.
Yeah, and when you hear Evart, Michigan, look where we are right now. This is the country.
This is
where
country.
We are. We're in the country. So Evart is obviously one of those. You hear Evart, Michigan, you think country. You think a country city, small town country.
It's so country that Jimmy was scared to come here because he's from Novi.
Yeah, Novi is not country. I tell you that. Novi is nowhere near country. So, but Everett's country, but they're not.
Manton's country.
Manton is like country.
Yeah.
They're country. But they play. Beale City's a good team, obviously. They've won state championship. They're number 1 in the state right now. But when Manton played them, they were close for a good amount of that game, and then Beale City finally warmed down and broke free. But Manton kept that game close because they were physical with Beale City. Beale City's country city-ish. They're kind of both. So, but Manton put their physicality to the test against Beale City and kept that game close. And then Beale City ended up pulling away, but Manton's a very physical team. Everett needs to be able to compete with that in this second half.
Yeah. Yep. It's a 2-score game. About to kick off to Manton. Manton receiving the ball. It's a scary game right now. First half not so great. And kick is up and out of bounds for the Rangers. It's going to set them up.
Not how you want to start that. I know what you're trying to do, like a little pooch kick there, a bullet kick. I understand what you're trying to do, kick it at them hard so it's hard to react. I know what you're trying to do, but you can't let it go out of bounds and then give them good field position.
Because now they're starting at the 34.
29. 29-yard line.
Oh, you're right. The scoreboard is just not updated yet. They are at the 29-yard line.
They're at the 29-yard line. Good field position because they could have been at the 20. Who knows where they could have been if you kicked it regularly.
Yep.
So now you're giving them good field position to go down and score.
Wing T formation, obviously, for Manton, and a huge rush by number 2, McCoy Hicks, the junior, to start this second half for the Rangers. It's going to be a first down for Manton.
They're running, so it's called trap when you run the ball up the middle of the wing T. It's called trap.
Yep.
Because you're trying to trap them.
Yep.
So they've ran that play. Obviously, I think a wing T team has maybe a total of 15 plays.
If that.
If that. So they ran the ball up the middle. How many? I don't know. More than half this game, and it's working.
Still
they
working.
Just got another 12 to 15-yard play there. You have to be able to stop that trap game. You have to.
And hand off.
Up the middle, trap again, but that one stopped. That's what you need to do the rest of the game. Stop that trap because they've ran that play many times now.
You know,
they've got good gains off of it, so that's what they need to do. Keep doing it. Stop that trap right at the line of scrimmage.
I'm hoping during halftime, Coach Bryant was talking to the players, and I hope the message he sent to the team was, if we go out there and we score more than they do, we win.
Honestly, that's what I would have told my team, or I would at least.
If you score more than the other team, you win.
Personally, you cannot keep turning the ball over in the red zone. So I would have got on personally, if I was a coach, I'm yelling at my team in a most positive way, yelling at my team that you cannot keep turning the ball over in the red zone. You can't. It's costing you 16 points on the board.
Cam's going to be nice. I'd call them out. I'd tell them to stop dropping it. I'd tell them, you've seen how aggressive this team is, and they're not going to stop. They're finally getting used to how Evart is playing.
Third and 7.
Third and 7. It's been a nice defensive drive so far.
Here's the thing, though. They had a 3rd and 15, and they got a first down. So it's
ran
not
about 35 yards on that.
It's not guaranteed to stop this.
Oh, and quarterback keeper down. Ball fumble, flag on the play. So many things happening. What is going on? Number 79 for the Wildcats. It's going to be Maxfield. Huge defensive stop for the Wildcats.
So today at the Career Center, Maxfield goes to Career Center for, I don't know what he does there. Not my business what he does there. But they look small from where we're at right now. They don't look huge guys.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. I was going to the restroom and he was walking out, and this kid is enormous.
Yeah.
He's a big kid, and I would not want to get tackled by him personally.
Wildcats with a great first defensive drive in the half. Punched Manton right in the mouth, fumbled the ball out, took it away, recovered it. 1st and 10 for your Wildcats at the 45-yard line. Aiden Anderson looking to pass and incomplete, but there is a flag down. It's going to be a pass interference against the Rangers. Remember, pass interference for high school is not a spot foul like it is for the NFL. It's just going to be a 15-yard penalty if that's what they called. But from my eyes up here, it looked like a pass interference. We'll see what the refs decide. It's going to be pass interference, just like I thought, on Manton.
But, like you just said, in high school, not a spot foul. It is just, I think, 10 yards up. So it would help if it was a spot foul. They would be at the 15-yard line, maybe the 10.
I'm almost happy it's not a spot foul because of their percentages in the red zone.
They are about 5 yards away from the red zone though right now, so we'll see.
1st and 10 at the 34 for the Wildcats. Magnuson in motion. Anderson looking to pass, and incomplete to Ray.
He tried to force that one.
Yeah.
He tried to force that pass to Ray. Ray had 2 guys on him, and he tried to force it in there, which you cannot do. Right
2
now,
defenders on
Ray.
Ray.
You got to be, especially down 16-0. Take chances, but don't take dumb chances.
Yeah.
take good chances. That one not the best decision, but Anderson all night has made pretty good decisions. So probably just a little mix up there.
Yep. You're down 2 scores, you're not down 3. You can be gutsy, but to a level. You don't want, you don't want any crazy trick plays that could result in a pick 6, a scoop and score, anything like that. Shotgun formation for the Wildcats. Pass to Cooper Higgins.
A name we keep calling more and more throughout the year. I
got a little excited on that one.
I got the spell here.
Got a little excited. Got excited for Cooper. I felt the energy come from the field.
And then he fell, but he's okay. You're all good.
All good.
But
all good.
Like I was saying, the name we keep calling more and more is Cooper Higgins.
Yeah.
Continuously showing up for this team as a sophomore in this offense. Showing up more and more.
It's been great to see him. Been great to see a lot of the underclassmen take priority. Oh, incomplete pass to Cade Morgan. It looked like he had it and he would have been in, but unfortunately it got away from him. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4, the 23-yard line for the Wildcats.
Hey, I like this drive. Keep it going.
I like it so much I fell.
That was scary.
It was a
lot going on in slow motion there. You tripped, fell backwards, our case fell. So like a lot went on in slow motion there.
So much happened, but unfortunately nothing unplugged. We're all set. 3rd and 4, we're all set. The Wildcats are all set down on the field. 3rd and 4, ball on the 17-yard line.
I'm gonna keep laughing because that was in my head, John.
Aiden Anderson looking to pass. Pass is complete. Cooper Higgins again with the first down.
First down, Wildcats. Keep going here. And this is a good drive they got going right now. Passing the ball, looking very sharp to come out here. Don't fall.
We're gonna start a counter. Passes that Higgins has caught that I have not fell. We're at 1. One catch with 0 falls. 1st and 8 at the 8 for the Wildcats.
If you fall again, I think you're hitting it off.
If I fall again, I'm gonna go take a nap. Jimmy will take over for me doing play-by-play. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be Wildcats are marching down after taking the ball over from a forced fumble. 8:20 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation for the Wildcats. Pass is incomplete. Bobbled out of the hands of Cade Morgan. We'll set up a 2nd down and 8.
Right through the hands of Morgan. Showing your emotion here, John, quietly. Like it. Right through the hands of Morgan, but here's the thing. You cannot let that get to you.
Yeah. He's had good plays.
He's had this happen before in the year. He has a pass right to his hands, through his hands, and then the next time he catches it, it's a good play.
Yeah.
So he can't let this get to him, and he can't show the emotion like he just did. He's got to let that one go on to the next play.
Empty backfield for Anderson, and the Wildcat offense looking to pass. Anderson using his legs to take it, and Anderson is down at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line, they're calling him down, and it will be
pickup of 6.
4th down.
3rd and looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1 at the 1.
Whew. This is a good red zone drive right now. I got
throwing up a prayer.
Good red zone drive, knocking on wood here for this offense.
I formation for the Wildcats. Looking to pass. Anderson taking it in out of self. And Anderson, touchdown. First touchdown of the game for your Evart Wildcats. 1-yard rushing touchdown by our quarterback, number 2, Aiden Anderson, to strike back and only be down 1 score pending the point after try or 2-point conversion. A great little, I thought they would run it.
Great.
Looked like he had a fake little handoff, looking to pass. He saw the hole. He saw the gap. Anderson taking it in for the first score. The fans are electric. Everyone is cheering. The cheerleading team has been doing a fantastic job. The fans are on their feet. The fans are feeling some of that energy creep back into the stands. Like we talked about earlier, the stands are packed tonight, and
going.
you can tell. You can tell.
Going. That was a great drive by Evart. Defense stood their ground. Now their offense has stood their ground. This is a great first drive of the second half for Evart, and they need to keep going.
We've had a forced fumble. We've had Everett's first touchdown. We had a play-by-play fall, calling while falling.
That was hilarious. Now it's in my head. Now it's going to be in my head the rest of the weekend.
Yeah,
now I'm going to be laughing on it. No, I'm just going to be sitting on my couch, home alone for the rest of the weekend, sitting on my couch, and I'm just going to be like, just start laughing randomly and be like, oh, I know why, because John fell in the middle of a play-by-play call.
There was a flag on the field against Evart, and it now looks like they're going to be going for the 2-point try after it pushes them back a couple yards. Cam is in the backfield with Anderson, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout. Timeout on this 2-point try. You know, I don't really like using timeouts with 2-point tries.
Pressure being down, and early in the third quarter, you don't want to be using that.
It's going to be a timeout for Evart Wildcats, and we are going to send you on another quick word from our sponsors.
Step into the excitement at AJ's Event Center in Evart. Swing in for top-notch bowling lanes and action-packed arcade, food and spirits, now with a smashing new rage cage and axe throwing. Plus, indulge in all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays and Saturdays. Located just 2 miles west of Evart on US 10. Find us on Facebook for all the latest updates and specials. Make every moment unforgettable at AJ's Event Center and Bowling Center.
Welcome back to B1039 here in Evart, Michigan. Evart just scored a touchdown, first touchdown of the game, down 16-6, going for the 2-point try here. Hopefully they get it. They've had a flag. They just had a timeout taken because of miscommunication. So now hopefully they can get it. Anderson the pass, incomplete.
Flag
on the play. Looks like there's going to be a pass interference on Manson to push Evart closer to the goal line. Huge flag there for Evart to get closer and give Anderson a better chance. So even if they're going to kick the extra point now, but give Evart a better chance of scoring this 2-point conversion, going down 8 points.
The fans are still excited.
You can hear them, and I don't know, you can hear them right now. Oh, this one quiet. But they were loud. They were loud, and now they're a little quiet, but they are loud here in Evart. Such a small town, and I don't think there is not a person in this town that is not here tonight.
Friday night, I come from a little small area in Flint, and Friday Night Lights I know is one of the biggest parts of any small town community. Being everyone's come together. Aiden Anderson at the snap, and incomplete in the end zone. 2-point conversion, no good. Manton 16, your Evart Wildcats, the first score on the board, 7:25 left in this third quarter. And we are going to send you on another quick word from our sponsors.
Worth Landscaping, a second-generation business, has been a proud supporter of Evart Public Schools and all Evart athletics for more than 25 years. Worth Landscaping specializes in irrigation systems, landscape design, hardscapes, hydro seeding, lawn care, to commercial snow and ice removal in the winter. Contact Josh Worth at 231-349-5693 or Tyler Worth 231-629-5150. It'll be worth the call. Worth Landscaping.
Upgrade your retail space with reliable store fixtures from Miller Liquidators and Store Fixtures, Michigan's trusted source for quality used retail equipment. They deliver across the state, specializing in used Lozier retail shelving, true glass door coolers and freezers, pallet racking and commercial safes, plus complete store packouts, relocations, and on-site liquidation sales. Contact them today at 616-426-1247 or visit MillerLiquidations.com.
Welcome back to B103.9, the home of your Everett Wildcats. I'm Jonathan Hart, and as promised, we have Jimmy coming back on the call for us today.
We're excited to ask us. Let's watch some wing T football right here.
Listen, I told you they were going to come back and score. Everett had just kicked a little onside kick, tried to recover it. We're not able to. So the Rangers are going to be taking over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. What did you see that you liked from that first defensive and offensive drive?
Well, big time answer from Everett offensively, driving down the field. Nice drive by Anderson. Needs a little bit of help from his receivers catching those balls. But defensively, they just need to stop the middle, attack up the middle, and force them to the outside to try and get them to slow down this rushing attack.
Manton with a run up the middle. Another trap play for him. It's going to be another, looks like just short about a yard of the first down. 2nd and 1 at the 43-yard line for the Rangers. Get another huge stop here. Maybe come back. You score another touchdown. You're down by maybe 2 or 3. It becomes a ball game again.
Yeah, this is a huge defensive series for Evert. They need to get a good stop here and get the ball back as quick as possible. Obviously, they need to stay out of 2nd and short because that's never going to work against a wing T because that's essentially a first down.
Just like it was right there.
Yeah.
It's going to be another first down for the Manton Rangers.
Yeah, when you're playing against the wing T, you got to keep first down to 1 or 2 yards. It's really the only chance you have of even getting off the field. If a team's averaging 4 or 5 yards to carry on you when running the wing T, they're going to get a first down every single time. You're never going to get the ball back. So first down's the biggest down for Everett right now defensively. They need to stop the middle, contain the quarterback on the edges, and just hope that they can force them to 2nd and 3rd and long before getting off the field.
And we rag on the wing T. Looks like Manton Rangers down to the 10, down to the 5, and it's going to be a touchdown. Manton Rangers with a return score for themselves. Answered back by Everett very quickly. The Rangers again find the end zone. Wow. That was a nice little run up the middle by the Rangers.
Yeah, those first 6 yards just come from the wing T, and then you get to the second level, you get to the secondary. Great cut there by the running back to get it to the house. Because the wing T, it's all about getting to the second level, and then when you get to the second level, it's all about the athlete you have carrying the football. If he can make the guy miss, he's going to take it to the house every time like he did right there. Great run there by the Rangers to extend the lead.
Going first. 2-point conversion, and the Wildcats were able to stop it. No good for the 2-point conversion. Rangers are up 22 to the Wildcats 6 with 5 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in this third quarter. What I was saying before they were, had that amazing rushing touchdown is we rag on the wing T. Everyone who doesn't play the wing T hates it because it's boring. It takes a lot of time off the clock. But the one part that I enjoy about the wing T is how sneaky you can be with it.
Yeah.
You have your quarterback.
The peanut is what we like to call it when we played against it.
Yep.
Because, you can do anything with it. You can run it up the middle. You can pitch it to the outside. Quarterback, we've seen it a few times today where he's literally hit it in his back pocket and bounced it to the outside. So a lot of really intricacies you can throw in with the wing T that allow for some creativity despite the fact that you're literally running the ball every single play.
You really got 4 running backs right there. You got the quarterback, you got the fullback, you got your 2 running backs. Like you have fake handoffs 3 different times. Yeah. The defense is going to bite on 2 out of 3 of them.
Yeah, you got to tackle everybody. That was another thing that was coached when we played against the wing T in high school was you just literally tackle who's in front of you and hope they have the ball. Because if you try and look for who has the ball, it's never going to work. And then all of a sudden you're getting blindsided by a pulling guard. So you just got to tackle who's ever in front of you and hope they have the football. And, you know, sometimes, but that allows for the Rangers offensively with the wing T to have some creativity and create big explosive plays like we've seen some today.
Yeah, and I think the big question is, you know, Cam and I talked about with the wing T, you have like 15 plays in your arsenal that you run. You don't have a lot of passing plays because that's not the type of offense you run. Are we, you know, we're 5 minutes, 57 seconds left in the third. We got about 18 minutes left to go in the game. Are we going to see any passing by Danton?
We have not seen one yet, and with the score where it is, I don't think that we're going to. Everett's going to have to put pressure on them offensively. We're going to see the ball go through the air for the Rangers.
It was a huge bullet kick right into the gut of the Wildcats.
Oh, that's not fun.
Oh. It's going to be Morgan kicked straight in the gut by the football. Dropped it right down. Going to be set up 1st and 10 at about the 35-yard line. Not awful field positioning for, you know, to start a drive. It's exactly what you want. We've seen some of our drives set up at the 14-yard line about 3 drives ago, but here we're at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good starting field position for them. You know, we've seen Evart go to the hitches in the passing game. That's been where they've had their most success. I think we're going to see some of that here, and I think we're going to have to.
Anderson just too far out from number 3, Magnuson. If he would have had Magnuson there, he would have had green grass to go.
So much room in front of him. It looked like one of the Rangers players fell down defensively in the back end, and you know, just a half a step too far. That's what I've noticed throughout watching this game. Is Anderson obviously a very talented player. We know the success he's had on the baseball diamond, and you know, a good saying is baseball players make great quarterbacks, and we've seen that today. He's made some nice throws, but sometimes the timing's just been a little bit off today. Especially on that one right there, just half a step too far out in front, and it resulted in an incompletion when it could have been a huge play for the Wildcats.
Could have been a huge play. Shotgun formation for the Wildcats, and intercepted by the Rangers, looking for number 3, Magnuson, but there is a flag in the secondary. Another flag just thrown out as well.
It's going to be a PI on the Rangers there. Definitely a grab before the interception. Heck of a play on the ball there.
Heck of a play. It wobbled up in the air, being able to come down with it.
Tip drill, you know, on the back end. Great job there to secure the football, but unfortunately for the Rangers, it's not going to count. Everett's going to get a huge opportunity. I am interested to see what the second flag is going to be there. It looked like some sort of maybe late hit or something like that. Something in the blind side area, but the Wildcats are going to keep the football here, but a great play all around there. Definitely entertaining football on that one.
And there is a player who was down on the field, but they are up now, holding on to a side. He is walking off. Always great to see a player being able to walk off the field with their own volition.
Yeah, it looked like he got popped in the shoulder there. Definitely in a lot of pain on the Rangers sideline. Definitely going to take a quick stoppage here and take a look at him because he is in a lot of pain down there.
So there's 2 flags.
Pass interference.
It's going to be pass interference on the Rangers like we already knew. Then a personal foul against the Wildcats.
These are offsetting penalties.
So they're going to move back, but they are going to keep possession of the football here, it looks like.
Which is nice.
Pretty much play never happened. So definitely would rather keep the ball there and perhaps lose some yardage.
Well, motion by Magnuson. Anderson looking to pass. Cade Morgan comes down with it. Huge reception for Cade and the Wildcats, crossing over midfield into Ranger territory. It's going to be a new set of downs for the Wildcats. 1st down and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, we've seen him have a couple drops today. Big time catch there on the post, using that big frame of his to create separation and get open, and just use that big body and make a nice play there.
Yeah, we're talking about, you know, Cade he's gotten his head a few times after a couple drops. It's nice to see him get that huge reception there. Anderson looking to pass. Oh, just incomplete for Morgan. just by inches.
Yeah, it was a good ball there by Anderson. Just a half a step too far. Couldn't make the diving play. You know, you hope sometimes those come down for you, but just not in the books there. But a great play there. You always take a throw like that from a high school player.
Oh yeah, you're taking those 10 out of 10, even if you're not coming down with them. Just being able to see the versatility of the quarterback, the receiver being able to read it, almost come down with it. He saw it, he had it, just was not able to take it down. Nice little pass by Anderson. It is complete to Morgan, so he's able to come away from that last drop and gain a few. It's going to be a 3rd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Gain of 4 for Morgan. Nice little route to gain pick up a couple more. 3rd and 6. Want maybe a mid-sized pass here, maybe a little sluggo.
Yeah.
A little sluggo from your X out there.
Yeah, that quick hitch worked on the last play. It's been working for them most of this game. Maybe they'll go to look at it again, 3rd and 6. You know, hopefully make a guy miss, pick up those first down.
Anderson looking for the pass, and it is incomplete. Looked like that pass was rushed.
Yeah, just not, again, the timing just a little bit off there in the passing game. You know, maybe felt a little bit of pressure 3rd down. You know, sometimes a lot of times they're getting after the quarterback. So Anderson just a little bit early on that, didn't allow the route to develop and on that little hitch comeback type route. So it's gonna be 4th down. I'm sure they'll go for it at this point in the game. You know, huge play for them, trying to move those chains and pick up a 1st down and keep this drive going, because they desperately need it with that wing T coming back at them. You know, because if they lose the ball here, they might not get it back till 10 minutes, 8 minutes left in the 4th. So
yeah, it's detrimental that they're able to keep this drive running. 4th and 6 from the 42-yard line. 4 minutes, 25 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation motion by Morgan. Anderson looking to pass and completed to number 3, Magnuson. Another great reception by Magnuson. Another great pass by Anderson. That's what happens when you let the route develop.
That Magnuson has been a big-time player all night long, and a good throw there by Anderson. Off platform, a little bit off balance. Looked like he slipped a little bit on this grass field. Still able to sling the rock. That's that baseball play right there. You know, obviously he's a pitcher, but I'm sure he's played some infield as well with that throw, because that was a shortstop throw right there. That was a heck of a play.
Great throw, Anderson. Pass is complete once again to Magnuson, and it's a touchdown! Evart Wildcats scoring once again, back-to-back offensive drives for the Wildcats, results in a touchdown. A great pass from Anderson to Magnuson to end up in the end zone.
Timing was on point there. You know, I've been talking about it since I got on the mic. You know, the passing game, timing is so important. Perfectly in sync there, deliver the ball on another little hitch route, and a good job by Magnuson after the catch to barrel his way into the end zone.
Wildcats, 3:55 to go in this 3rd quarter. Wildcats 12, Manton 22, 10-point game. Looks like they're going to be going for that 2-point conversion, try to knock it down to 8 points.
Yeah, crucial 2-point try and make a 1-score game here. You know, you're not getting the ball back for a few minutes here with that wing T, so it's going to be important for them. Get them off the field when they get on defense as quickly as possible, and put the ball in right here to make it a 1-score game.
Completely different offense than we've seen the first half.
Oh yeah, 100%. Anderson's definitely settled in. That's going to be
horse collar.
Yeah.
Anderson was slung all over by his collar. It's going to be a horse collar against Manton to bring the Wildcats a little closer and trying to end up in the end zone again for this 2-point try.
Yeah,
got him in the backfield really early and quick.
Oh, I've noticed that all day. The protection for Anderson today has not been great. They've really been pressuring him all day long. Protection's got to be better if they want to come back in this football game, but they get a horse collar out of it there. You know, Anderson got roped down, and you know, they're going to get a shorter play here for this 2-point try.
Yeah, like Cam and I had mentioned, this defensive line for Manton, they're not your regular high school players. These are farm boys who have been lugging bales of hay since they were kids. And so they're just able to throw this offensive line all over and get the pressure on Anderson, basically at their own free will.
Yeah, these boys are country strong. They are physical, and they've been getting after the quarterback all night long.
I formation for the Wildcats. Little toss to Willie. evades some defenders, but is eventually brought down in the backfield. 2-point try is no good. It's going to be a 10-point game with just under 4 minutes to play in this third quarter. You want your defense to be able to come out and get a quick stop. Like we said, it's gonna drop about 3 minutes even with a 3 and out.
Yeah. On that play, I mean, I just want to point out real quick, once again, the defensive line, country strong. That was, I mean, there was 11 guys in the backfield on that 2-point try. But yeah, anyways, going to Everett's defense, they need to get off the field as quickly as possible, limit the big plays. Again, winning on first down, super important, get them behind the chains, and perhaps maybe force them to throw the ball a little bit. We haven't seen it yet. We're waiting for it, but the wing tee's been working for them all night long. So
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, they're gonna stick with it. I mean, we're ragging on the wing tee all night long, but it wins football games. It wins high school football games, and you know it's been working for them tonight. I'm sure they'll stick with it. But winning on first down, super important. Get behind the chains. You know, 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9.
Yep.
You know, make them have to have a big run,
yeah.
right? Because if you give them 5 yards on first down, they can do whatever they want, right? They can just run the ball 3 more times and get 2 yards, and they got a first down.
I mean, we just look back to the drive where Wildcats had them 1st and 30.
Yeah.
And they were able to convert that. They were down a 3rd and 15, I believe, and they took it all the way down to Wildcats' 18-yard line.
You just can't let them gash you through the middle. You got to try and just contain all the gaps, tackle as many people as you can, keep everything in front of you. So onside kick try here.
Recovered but fumbled, and recovered again by Manton. Going to have good field position as well for them. It looks like it's going to be about the 39-yard line for the Rangers.
By the Rangers.
Yeah,
10-point ball game.
Yeah, field position not as important with the wing tee because they're going to run the ball anyways.
Yeah.
So trying the onside kick, down 10, you know, it worked for us. My junior year, we went against the team running the wing tee, scored a touchdown on the opening drive, kicked an onside kick, got it, ended up, you know, we were 28-0 by the end of the first quarter just because we had an electric offense that year. And, you know, just as many possessions as you can. You have to try it here at this point in the game.
You have to be able to. They've utilized it a few times so far this season, and it's worked for them. Being able to use it again is great. Another great pickup by Manton of a gain of about, looks like it's going to be a pickup of about 6 or 7 yards. 6, 7. It looks like it's going to be about 2nd down and 4, so it is 6 yards. Cam's given me the look that I've now made this joke twice on this broadcast. Normally I try to limit it to 1, but now it's been twice, and Cam's given me the look to stop.
Yeah, second effort there from the Rangers, getting them that couple extra yards, get to a 6-yard run, and you know now you're in a position where you can just do whatever you want offensively.
Yep. And down to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, looks behind him, little celebrating, taunting. Another touchdown added to the score for the Manton Rangers.
The taunting on that one.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. I mean, he's had a great second half, a great game, really, but he's earned the right to do that. But oh my, backpedaling into the end zone.
Backpedaling about 4 yards out of the end zone. Turned away, looked directly eye to eye with the man covering him, and basically like, this is our game.
Yeah, it reminds me of Tyreek Hill in that Bills divisional game a few years ago, giving the peace sign when the guy was in front of him, and that was ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, he's had a great game, another great run. I don't even know. It looked like it was piled up, and then all of a sudden he just breaks through and takes it all the way. So he's earned the right to do that, I feel, but the fans in front of us did not love that. They were screaming.
And the 2-point try is in and good. It's going to be 30-12. Rangers over the Wildcats. And that's another thing, like I mentioned about the wing tee. The fans all thought that it was piled up. They thought that they were able to collapse the gap. They were able to bring them down. And then it ends in a, 55-56-yard touchdown.
There was 21 guys in that pile. Yeah. The one guy that wasn't was the guy who had the football. And he broke it and took it all the way to the house. And I mean, yeah, that's just what's going to happen sometimes with that wing tee. You know, you're going to think you got everything covered, then all of a sudden the guy with the football just slips out and takes it to the house. That's the deception that the wing tee can bring. As a fan, obviously we do have this giant pole right in front of us, so couldn't really get a great look at it. I was looking at the scoreboard, just kind of perusing the field, and then all of a sudden he's backpedaling into the end zone. I'm just like, I don't even know what happened there, but yeah, just a big giant pile up, and sometimes the guy who's not in the pile is the guy with the ball.
Yeah.
So, offensively here for the Wildcats, again, you just got to try and keep scoring as quickly as you can. At this point, you just got to start pretty much swinging on them, trying to get that ball out, because with the way that the Rangers have been running the football, it's really the only chance is just forcing turnovers.
Yeah, you have to trust Anderson. You have him as quarterback for a reason.
Yeah.
That's step one.
Yeah.
You have a good quarterback. Allow him to sling it. And another great kickoff by Manton. I mean, you don't see a lot of great kickoffs in high school.
Typically, you may get one touchback.
Yeah.
You see some of these kids like my area. We had a couple kids that could kick touchbacks consistently, but up here in the west side of the state, I don't know how many kickers you got booing into the end zone, but nice kick there. He's done it a couple times today. He's had some nice kickoffs, so he's going to back up the Wildcats a little bit. Obviously we saw them take advantage of the short field last time out, so we're going to need to put together a little bit more of a sustained drive and keep moving the chains and Anderson needs to do what good quarterbacks do, and that's move the chains.
Move the chains. Set up 1st and 10 at 20. Looking for the snap. Snap is good. There is a flag on the play. And while the refs are discussing and we figure out this flag, I do just want to talk about the fact that when we talk about a quarterback who can sling the ball, right now you're down 18, you're down 3 scores, but Anderson's stats this year have been absolutely impeccable. He's played 5 games. And mind you, this is with a high ankle sprain the first 3 weeks. 154 attempts, 92 completions. That's a 59.7 completion rating for 1,445 yards so far. He leads the state of Michigan in passing yards for touchdowns. He averages 289 yards per game with 11 touchdowns, with a 101.2 QBR right now.
Almost had 85 more right there. A little bit of miscommunication with the receivers, but they could have been wide open. But yeah, you can definitely see the talent with Anderson. Unfortunately, the receivers, Madison's had some nice catches. They've had some nice plays offensively. Obviously, they've thrown the ball pretty much every play tonight. But definitely some drops from the receivers. So you mentioned the 59% completion percentage. I easily think from what I've seen tonight, obviously I haven't watched every game like you have, definitely could be into the 60s and even the 70s, but the receivers just have to make some more plays. Obviously they're high school kids, they're not going to catch every ball, but he's thrown some great balls tonight. He's played some great football. Does look like we're going to get a penalty here.
There's a late flag after that play on the Rangers, moving the Wildcats up, which is great because they were set up 2nd and 15, and now they're able to move the chains up. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
I think that might have thrown a late flag for PI there. Like I mentioned, there was some collisions and confusion there. A little bit of like a switch concept, as you would call it. Outside guy running a post, guy running a little wheel behind him. So, it created separation, which is always the goal, but looked like a late flag came in. Good job by the Wildcats to draw that penalty.
It's great being able to, add a couple of yards, give Anderson in his backfield a little more room to operate under. Anderson looking to pass. Willie Ray, the receiver, and it's going to be incomplete. Everyone is looking for a PI call. Looks like the Wildcats will not be getting that. Willie is visibly upset on the out of bounds.
I'm good with the no call there personally.
Yeah.
One, definitely some hand fighting from both sides.
Yep.
And 2, also looked like Willie stepped on the sideline. Would have been an illegal touching if he worked his way back to the ball. So I'm good with the no call there. I think it was definitely some physical both ways. Another good ball. You want to throw that a little bit more inside. Maybe see if you can draw that pass interference call. So another good ball from Anderson there. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the call.
Anderson looking to pass. Quick pass to Magnuson. Magnuson up to the 50, to the 45. Magnuson to the 40, to the 20. And my apologies, that's number 32, Cameron Swales. all the way down to about the 20.
Does look like we're getting a flag, though.
Looks like we're getting a flag, but that was a great recovery by Anderson.
Yeah.
The pressure was quick. The pressure was right on him from this defensive line that we've seen all game. He was able to get the ball out quick.
Looked like they were trying to use that pressure against him and get a quick screen. Couldn't tell what the penalty was for, but definitely looks like the Wildcats are heading back. But, you know, hit them with that little halfback slip screen, you know, Madden classic right there. Just dump it off quick, but, you know, Anderson did a good job of getting the ball out of his hands and a great job after the catch, but it does not look like that play is going to hold up for Evart tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, Swales easily had about 35 yards after that, after the catch, which, I mean, 32 yards yak is insane.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime,
I don't care what level of football you're playing.
Anytime you can take a screen that far, you know, you've made a great play, you know, great job after the catch by Swales, and, you know, it really does suck because that's one of the most explosive plays the Wildcats have had tonight. That's not going to hold up for them. But, you know, an opportunity here, you know, rack up some more yards. Hopefully they can replicate that with another big play here.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Just under 2 minutes in this third quarter. Rangers up 30-12. Second and 5 at the 30-yard line for the 35-yard line for the Wildcats. Swales in the backfield for Anderson. Dallas Langworthy on the reception. A great reception by Dallas. Fans are kind of getting into it a little bit.
Fans are getting jimmy here, eh?
Oh
my goodness.
This is why I love to be in the stands with the fans. You can see them interact with each other. Some words exchanged from both sides. This is what it means to have Friday Night Lights in Western Michigan.
Football, baby.
Welcome to Evart, Jimmy.
I mean, you know, our school, obviously, we had much bigger, 2 sides to stand. You know, you weren't getting this close quarters. Because I think, you know, Novi Northville was our big rival.
Yeah.
I think if those fans were presenting each other, we would have had fists flying. But, yeah, they're yelling at each other right in front of us. Looked like it was a personal foul. There. Yeah. But, yeah, like I said earlier, just that quick hits game, that's been one of their best plays all day. And now we're getting some chants right in front of us. And John's getting involved in it, too.
This is personally my favorite chant. I do it at hockey games, do it at football games. It's the "You Can't Do That" chant.
Can't beat it.
It's one of my favorites. I think it's one of the all-time greats. I love it.
It's a classic. You can't go wrong with it. When someone screws up, you gotta let them know. So
Cam joining the receiving group out on the sidelines for Anderson. Passes complete to Magnuson. He stays in bounds. He's juking away from defenders, getting away from another one, but is finally brought down. What a great way to stay in bounds.
I mean, uber great control there. Oh, it looks like Magnuson's in a little bit of discomfort. That's not good. He's been their best receiver all night long. Don't really know what happened. Looked like he got up fine. It's going to be an official timeout.
Got up fine and then went back down. And with Magnuson out on the field, we are going to send you to a quick word from our sponsors.
Stop in to Northland Area Federal Credit Union in Evart, Reed City, or any of their 17 branches in northern Michigan to find great rates on many different financial products. While banks merge more often than you can keep track of and impose increased fees, Northland is a not-for-profit financial co-op committed to helping you save money. They specialize in small business growth and services. Check them out at northlandcu.com. Northland is federally insured by the NCUA.
WBZX, Big Rapids.
Welcome back to B1039, the home of your Evart Wildcats. Magnuson is now just getting off the field, which is amazing to see. He's walking off with Coach Ben Bryant onto the sidelines. Upsetting to see him go down. Nonetheless, he's been the best receiver that this team has had tonight. A lot of huge decisions that the Wildcats have right in front of them. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line for the Wildcats. Need to score on this drive.
Yeah, Magnuson going down is a huge loss. He's been their best receiver all night. But yes, objective stays the same. Got to put points on the board every single time they touch the ball, especially if they're not going to be able to get the stops on defense. So
Anderson looking to pass and incomplete. Intended to Ray. And, you know, that's been one of one of Manton's strong suits tonight is we haven't been saying Willie's name often enough in a good way, in a positive way. It's been a lot of incomplete passes. It's been a lot of failed rushes. Every team that Everett has played so far has been giving this freshman opportunity to run the field. Last week at Pine River, we were looking at his stats, and as a freshman, in 4 games, he had over 800 yards total. 13 touchdowns.
That is something else.
Pass is complete, but fumbled by Cade Morgan. Manton will recover their 3rd fumble of the night.
Ball security, utmost importance. Can't put the ball on the grass. And it's going to be another turnover for the Wildcats on the opposing side of the field.
It's going to be Cade Morgan's 2nd fumble of the game. Very unfortunate stat line to have there. I mean, 1 fumble is bad enough. You don't want to have 2 next to your name. Rangers setting up 1st and 10 on their own 22. 1:13 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Rangers 30. Your Everett Wildcats 12.
It's just really unfortunate because the Wildcats in this passing game have really put on a show tonight. They're just not putting the points on the board to show it, mainly because can't hold on to the football.
And that's, ball security, like you said, is critical. We've now had 2 fumbles, and Manton is running and rushing. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, open field, and another touchdown for the Manton Rangers. The score keeps on adding up. The Wildcats are in disarray. The fans are upset. This is not a Wildcat offense that we have seen all season.
I think it might be that bad luck for our defense right now because this is not going well. Once again, just getting gashed up the middle of the field. It just can't happen when you're going against a wing T. Obviously they have the advantage of terms of numbers and size and country boy strength, as we've seen tonight. Just can't get gashed through the middle of the field. But this kid's been running all over. He's having a great game, and it's just another touchdown for the Rangers. And I think that one might just be the dagger through the heart of the Wildcats tonight. Obviously, a whole quarter to play, but if they can't stop the run, you're never going to get the ball without them putting points on the board, and you can't come back if they're scoring, obviously. So
that was Talon Morrow with another touchdown for the Rangers. 78 yards.
That's his 3rd 50-plus yard rush of the quarter.
Yeah.
And
I can't even count to 78 sometimes, Jimmy. That's why I'm a sports comm major. The math's right in front of us. We don't really have to do the math by ourselves.
I don't need to count. I need to learn how to talk about Drew Aller sucking at football.
Oh yeah. What a nasty game that was for Penn State. Trying to mount a comeback, not quite able to do so. Losing in the biggest theme night in college football. I mean, the whiteout.
How do you lose on a whiteout, man?
The whiteout, you have a 12th man on the field. It's kind of like the Seattle Seahawks, where their fans are their 12th man. In the whiteout, the Penn State has 12 men on the field, and it's that crowd just not able to get it done.
How many times is Drew Aller going to throw a game-losing interception? Did it against
about 7 games left.
Did it against Oregon in the Big Ten title game last year. Threw a pick when the game was tied against Notre Dame.
Yep.
5-star talent. I watched him in one of his first games when Penn State came to Michigan in 2022. I thought the kid looked pretty good and never really developed from there.
And 3 years later, here we are.
He's the same quarterback he was when he was 18 years old. But he's better than I ever was, so I can't really talk too much. But
if you want a bright side for the Wildcats, they did just deny a 2-point try. The Rangers are now on top 36-12. 24-point game, 56.8 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. A lot of tough decisions for Everett, but I'll tell you what's not a tough decision is heading over to AJ's Event Center. New to AJ's Event Center is the Rage Cage, something that I think I'm going to be bringing Jimmy over to in the next few days. We're going to need it after this game. Rage Cage, where yes, you can break things. They have axe throwing. AJ's Event Center is your go-to spot for bowling, food, fun, and drinks. Perfect for the entire family. Whether you're planning on throwing a party, grabbing a meal, or just looking for a good time, AJ's Event Center is the place to be in Everett, Michigan. They're open Tuesdays through Thursdays, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Head over to AJ's Event Center. They have everything you need. Thank you so much for being a sponsor for B1039 and Everett Wildcat football broadcast.
Sounds like a great time to me. Breaking stuff? Come on, sign me up.
Breaking stuff. The Wildcats need to break open a gap so we can get some momentum, hopefully on our side. Another great kick by the Rangers. Willie Ray, the kick returner, will be dropped about the 25-yard line. But the 25-yard line is where they'll set up 1st and 10. 52.7 shows on the clock. Wildcats have 12 points. It is 12 more than they had in the first half.
It is. They've done a much better job of moving the football in this half. Unfortunately, obviously, had the fumble on the last drive, but, you know, put 12 points up in the quarter, you know, typically that works unless you give up 20-something.
Yeah.
Whatever it was on the ground for the Rangers that the Wildcats just simply could not stop.
Yeah, and this has been an explosive team we've seen all year. We've seen high-scoring games. They just beat Lake City by 35 the other week. Cade Morgan with a fantastic grab about the 45-yard line. There is a flag on the play.
Starting to become a pattern here late in this third quarter. Just the too many big plays being negated by penalties. See who this is against.
Seeing a lot of flags.
Another flag on the field.
But the Wildcats
waved it off.
Waved off flag, which is fantastic for the Wildcats. Great reception by Morgan, setting them up at about the 45-yard line. Great gain for them. Gain of about 20 yards. Excuse me. But like I was saying, Everett's been explosive. They just beat Lake City by 35 at home a few weeks ago. They've been involved in a lot of these high-scoring games. It's just they have not been able to do anything offensively tonight.
Well, I mean, they've moved the football like we've said, and honestly, take away the fumbles, they're sitting at 30 points right now themselves. Yeah. So,
Anderson with the pass to Dallas Langworthy into Ranger territory. The 35-yard line for the Wildcats. Yeah, they have these great plays, great drives. They're just not able to protect the ball, and they're not able to capitalize in the red zone.
I just want to point out, excellent pocket presence there by Anderson there, stepping up. You know, again, we talked about that baseball throw, a little bit off platform. Again, looked like he slipped a little bit, but just a great ball on the move.
Great IQ. Anderson looking for the pass, and it is incomplete. Kind of looked like Aiden was hit a little late, but the refs might not have saw it. Last play of the quarter is an incomplete pass from Anderson. Down 24 points right now.
Yeah, just a little bit underthrown there by Anderson, you know, hoping maybe you can get the flag when the receiver was coming back for the ball. But, yeah, it's not looking great for the Wildcats heading into the final quarter of play. A lot of ground to make up, not a lot of time. You know, you're going to have even less once the Rangers get the football back and start running that wing tee like they have been all night long.
And I want to have another special shout out to one of our amazing sponsors. We have so many of them, and we love and appreciate you all. But the biggest sponsor, in my opinion, is B1039, 80s, 90s, and more. Quite literally, if it was not for B1039, we would not be here. We would not be having these amazing opportunities. So B103, B1039, 80s, and more, the home of Curie's Corner, Curie's Hot Stove League, Your Legal Life, Stand Your Ground, Farmer's Tales, Kickin' Tires, Bob Aldridge, Kyle Wells, and Ray Michaels. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to be here week in and week out so we can call these Everett Wildcats games. Thank you, B1039, 80s, and more, for this amazing opportunity. It's going to be 2nd and 10, the 33-yard line for the Wildcats. 12 minutes to go in this game. Wildcats are down 36-12 in a game it's huge. Right now they're 2-3 on the season, potentially moving 2-4, and then heading into Beale City, who leads their league right now.
Nice screen pass here.
quick screen pass to Willie Ray. Screen pass to Cam. I apologize. They're same size and stature. Cam with another great screen pass brings it down to the 10-yard line. Gain of about 23 yards. Looked like he was caught up a little bit right after he caught it, but he was able to, he's sturdy, he's quick, he's speedy.
Short and stocky, similar to a Blake Corum type player, low center of gravity, able to run through the tackles there and make a big play.
Anderson looking to pass, and intercepted by the Rangers. The Rangers are down to the 40, down to the 50. The Rangers are in Wildcat territory and finally brought down to the 40-yard line of the Wildcats. Brought that interception all the way down from the 10-yard line in their territory to the 40. It's a 50-yard interception.
Another heartbreaker for Anderson on that throw. Got forced out to his right, surveying, looking for anything. Just nothing there. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down. But again, you're also down big late in this football game. You got to take some chances. Great play there. Another tip drill interception like we saw earlier. That was called back. And unfortunately for Anderson, just another turnover for an offense that's been littered with him today.
That pass was really reminiscent of last week's game against Pine River. Wildcats down 5 to march down the field, ball in their hands, and Aiden Anderson at the 45-yard line throws a 45-yard pick six. Beautiful execution by the defense, reading what he's been doing all night, and they were able to come away with it and run down the field 50 yards. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line, and brought down by a gain of about 5 yards. Number 2 for the Rangers on that ball carry, McCoy Hicks, the junior.
Nice ankle-like tackle right there. It looked like he might have had a chance to bring another pretty big run there. Good job to rally the football and bring him down by the feet.
10:40 left to go in this game. 36-12. 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line. I would really, they're up. I really just want to see one pass.
Just give me one. Just give me something. Put the ball in the air. Quarterback looks like he's a good athlete. Give us a chance here.
And hand off to number 8, Nixon. Looked like he had some more room to run, but luckily the Wildcats defense were able to, choose their angles a little more efficiently than they have in past drives.
Yeah, we talked about the pass. Don't think it's going to happen when they're running the football like this. Just another time where the Rangers get into the second level, making, good yards and making guys miss, and making the secondary make the tackle, and that's a win every single time in a running game for any team, especially a team running the wing team.
Yeah. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line for the Rangers. 9 minutes and 30 seconds clicking down on the field. Last quarter of the game. Hand off once again, per usual, per the wing T formation. It's going to be another first down. Number 3, DeAndre Burnside, the freshman. They're incorporating some of their freshmen into the game. 9 yards, 2nd and 1. Not quite the first down, but like we talked about, once you get in the short yardage, 2nd, 3rd down, it's almost a guarantee.
Yeah, once it's 2nd and 3 and shorter, move the chains.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a first down. You got 3 tries to get 1 yard with the wing tee. It's a first down. I mean, look at the Eagles with the tush push. It's a guarantee. And if they don't get it now, they're just gonna get it the next time.
And the handoff is good to about the 9-yard line, again from Burnside. It's going to be about the 6-yard line, my apologies. Another first down. It's going to be 1st and about 6 with 6 to go.
Looking like high school right now for some people. The Wildcats are just getting bullied.
Yeah.
They're just getting ran over right now. We talked about the country strength of the Rangers, and then that's on full display, especially on this drive. It's just been physical downhill all night long, and to me it looks like the Wildcats, and obviously some limited numbers, especially compared to my high school experience. You can tell they're just starting to get gassed here. Been running, getting knocked in the face all night long, and it's evident here.
And the Rangers walk in to the end zone. Another touchdown on the boards for them. What? I mean, there's really no words to it.
Yeah, it's a beat down. It's what it is.
42-12 right now in favor of the Rangers. 7:35 to go. And at this point, it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of back to I hate the wing T.
Yeah, this is bad. This is just not where we want to be as football fans.
Yeah.
I want to see the ball go in the air.
Right.
Luckily we've seen the Wildcats. They pretty much drop back to pass every play. We've seen two very opposite styles tonight, and clearly, in high school football in general, running the ball typically works a little bit better, and we've seen that on full display tonight with this wing T.
The 2-point try is good, and I agree with what you just said, Jimmy. We're here to call the game forever, but at the end of the day, I'm a football fan. You're a football fan. That's why we're in the sports communication program. We want to watch good football.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it's coming from. We like to see the good plays. Unfortunately, running it up the middle 32 times in a game.
It's not entertaining.
It's not entertaining.
It reminds me of the Michigan-Penn State game of 2023.
Yeah.
When Michigan decided to run the ball 30 times in a row. Obviously, a lot of people praise that. It didn't work.
Yeah.
I watched that whole game back a couple times, just as a huge Michigan fan. That game did not go very well, and it was very boring to watch because they did not throw the ball despite the fact they had a top 10 pick at quarterback. But, it ended up working out for them to get the win, which we've seen from the Rangers tonight. They're going to get a big-time win. Running the football, it can work. And it's worked here tonight, especially when you're the bigger, more physical team. And we've seen that pretty much all night tonight. Like I said, two opposite styles. I think the Wildcats have dropped back to pass on almost every snap, especially after going down 16-0 early in the game. And the Rangers have literally ran the ball every single time.
Yeah.
So it's the two opposite styles, and the ground and pound, 3 yards in a cloud of dust has worked. Although obviously they've created the big runs through the wing T. It's just worked out for the Rangers and hasn't worked for the Wildcats.
Well, Jimmy, it's been an absolute blast. We are, after this kick return, going to send it back over to Cam. It's been absolutely amazing listening to your calls, being able to talk with you on the broadcast. Definitely have a great future ahead, and you're going to be doing absolutely wonderful things at Ferris State in the program. So congratulations, and thank you for coming on again.
Thank you so much for bringing me out. Hope to do it again soon as we get a nice return there and a late hit.
Nice return by Willie.
Are we getting a flag? Don't look like it.
No flag. Willie out at the 45. Looked like there was a late hit, and there won't be a flag. Wildcats will be starting 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Jimmy, thank you again so much.
Yep, thank you so much for having me. I'm going to turn it back over to Cam.
Wildcats are starting 1st and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line. Cam.
Don't even get me started. When they scored that to go up 36-12, I kind of was like, okay. I kind of went on my phone and started texting people like it's 36-12.
SOS, send help.
SOS, please. Send some help. This is not going very well, and it continues not to go up. It's getting worse and worse and worse. They need to figure it out on the offensive side and defensive side, but mostly the offensive side because they only have 12 points on the board. Yeah. It's probably over. It's probably over, but they need to at least score at least a touchdown to have some momentum going into next week against Beale City, because next week it could be a tough week and it could be a long week if they play like this.
Cam, I have just a quick question for you. Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you just right? How are you feeling right now?
Pretty just right now. I got my jacket on, so just right.
Well, if you ever get too cold, if you ever get too hot in your house, in your home, you can always contact Dylan Lang at Lang Mechanical Heating and Cooling. You can call him at 231-388-0632. Dylan Lang is your neighborhood trusted HVAC contractor. You can contact him at email at dylan@langhvac.com. He's super helpful and professional. He is able to diagnose and fix water heaters, air conditioning, and heating cooling quickly. So if you get cold or hot like Cam easily, contact Dylan Lang. He's a proud sponsor of B1039 and the Evart Wildcat football broadcast. Thank you so much, Dylan Lang and Lang Mechanical Heating and Cooling.
I have noticed that there are a couple calls that are costly to Evart, but they're not their penalties that should be called. It should be on the defensive side for Manton. That should be called. A lot of holding, a lot of just grabbing way too early for Manton before that ball's there, and that should be called, and the refs are not, for some reason, not seeing it, even though they're right there. I hate calling out refs on broadcast, but they're right there.
They're right there.
They need to be able, they have to make those calls if they want to have this job. They have to.
6:50 left in the game. Nice little rush by Willie Ray. He's down to the 15, and he will be tackled at the 15-yard line. The greatest play we've seen from him tonight. He's been very quiet, but he was able to march that ball down to the 15-yard line for the Wildcats. That's the type of momentum that we have been craving all game long. That's the type of plays we've been missing from Willie. Willie's been used a lot as a receiver today. He hasn't been able to come down with the balls. He's been found incomplete time and time again, but hand him the ball and he's able to make some motion, as he just did. Handing it back again to Ray. Will be swallowed up right away. But what an explosive run.
Much needed run, too, for this Evart team. But here's the thing, they're back in the red zone where they struggled all year. They need to be able to capitalize in the red zone like they did early in the second half. First drive in the second half, they capitalized in the red zone. Since then, they have not capitalized in the red zone. They have fumbled the ball, I think, once and turned it over on downs once. So they need to figure out, and an interception, I apologize, and an interception too. So they need to figure out their red zone opportunities, especially for next week, because obviously I think this game might be over, but they need to figure out, especially for next week against Beale City, who is going to come in to they're going to Beale City.
Yeah.
It's going
scary.
to be scary, and a scary environment there in Beale City. Defending state champions, #1 in the state, like we've mentioned multiple times. They need to be on their A game if they want to be upset, huge upset against Beale City next week if they want to do it. They have to be on their A game. They cannot let these runs that they've let all night happen against Beale City, or they are going to be in for a long night.
And you know, I understand we're in the end zone. I understand we're 15 yards out from scoring. What I don't understand is this team's been riddled with injuries all year. Cam just came back. Willie's been banged up. Anderson had that high ankle sprain. Pass from Anderson, complete in the end zone for a touchdown for the Wildcats. Cade Morgan, been on and off all night, but on when it matters as he comes down with the touchdown in the end zone. Wildcats now have 18 points on the board. Great little pass from Anderson to his man there when he was needed. He had that ability to be able to find that little tight window for Morgan, and Morgan was able to come down with it.
Just like I said, they needed to get a touchdown, maybe even another one, stop the defense to have that momentum going into Beale City next week. It's probably 5:30 left. It's hard to keep getting the ball back and get turnovers against a wing team, right? So it's probably hard. It's going to be hard to come back, but it could happen. But it's going to be really hard, so they just need to get a stop and a touchdown with that momentum going to Beale City next week.
I agree. 2-point conversion is failed. What I was saying right before that amazing pass is we have 5:30 left. They're down about 5 scores. I'm not quite sure why we're keeping the starters in. The team's been riddled with injuries all year. Anderson had his high ankle sprain, limited him on defense. He wasn't able to run the ball. Willie's been banged up. Cam just came back from, weeks-long injuries.
I can see where you're coming from my perspective at Big Rapids. We have a lot of kids on the team. We have our starters, we have our backups, and then our third strings are our fifth quarter kids. We have a lot of fifth quarter kids. So those are our third strings. So we have our starters, backups, and our third strings, fifth quarter. They only have not even a full backup lineup. They don't even have a full second lineup on their bench. So it's hard to get some of those guys out, your starters out, some of them out. I haven't seen Magnuson out there in a little while after he got injured. I don't see him out there right now. He's usually out there.
Normally on special teams.
He's usually on the special teams. He's not out there. I think I see him over there on the sideline, just kind of standing there watching. I think he has a hurt shoulder or some bumped shoulder over there. So they need to figure this out and fast.
Flag down on the kickoff. They looked for a little squib on side. Offsides on the kickoff on the special teams unit.
They're hurting themselves.
Yep.
That offsides cost 5 yards. Now they're backed up, and it looks like they're obviously going for an onside kick here, trying to get the ball back, which is something they should do. But now look, if you kick it 10 yards, you're going to give them the ball possibly at the 50 or 45-yard line of your own field. So that hurts. It hurts a lot. They cannot keep hurting themselves like they are. They've done it all year.
All year.
They cannot
penalty
keep
after
hurting
penalty
themselves.
after penalty.
So they have to start helping themselves out, making the right plays, being smarter with the ball, and being like this team, like we said with Manton, farm team, physical.
Yep.
Everett needs to get to that level. They're a farm. They're in the farm state of Michigan too. They need to be on that level.
Yeah.
Beal City's going to give them a run. They're going to be physical. They will beat them up if they let them. Everett cannot let that happen against Beal City, because it will be a long night, like I said, for them next week if they do this against Beal City. It'll be a longer night than it is right now.
And this is a Wildcat team. This will be loss number 4. But this is an offense that we haven't quite seen this season. We saw it against Houghton Lake. They only put up 8. But other than that, against Beaverton, against Houghton Lake, against Lake City, against Pine River, even though they've suffered some losses, it has not been this bad.
No, this is not good. Especially against a wing team.
Yeah.
Like they should not be having these explosive plays like they are this now. That cannot happen.
Another huge explosive run by the Rangers.
Like I was saying before, Jimmy came in for a little while. That trap needs to be stopped.
Yep.
That's what they just ran, a trap right up the middle. Ball ran right up the middle. Another 20-yard gain right there, I think.
Ball on the 33.
And that cannot happen. Those they're running it right into your guys. How that cannot happen? They cannot gain 20-yard gains off of that.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line for the Rangers. 4 minutes, 42 seconds and ticking left in this game. I love the commitment from the Evart fans. Everyone is still in the stands, down by close to 30 points, but everyone is still here. They're still cheering on their team. 4 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm getting some looks from those fans saying we're not going to leave regardless of the score. That's the type of community that Evart has built, not only with their sports and their high school, but as a community all together. They are going to stand behind each other throughout it all, throughout the wins, the losses, the good, the bad, their adversity. They are there to be there for the community all year long, 365 days. That's what I love about this community of Evart, Michigan. 3:55 to go. 2nd and 7. Looks like flag on the play. False start by Manton. Push him back 5. 2nd and 13. Does this count as being able to stop them on 1st and 2nd, pushing them back to 2nd and 13?
I'd say so.
Jimmy's giving me the nod. He's saying that this is good enough. 1st and 2nd down victory.
Should work.
Second. Jimmy's saying yes. Cam's saying we saw them 1st and 30 and they capitalized and gained 50 yards on the run. With how the game's been playing today, with how the game's been playing, it's really hard to tell what Everett Wildcat defense we're going to see each play. And Morrow, the ball carrier for the Rangers.
I will give credit, though, to Everett cheerleaders.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not easy. When you're down 44-18, and they're still cheering.
Yeah.
They still have the positive. They're trying to have the positive attitudes, but I bet you it's hard. But they're trying to have that positive attitude like they are right now. And I'll give them credit because that's not easy.
They did their push-ups not too long ago. They're 18 push-ups.
That's ridiculous. I don't think I would quit cheerleading.
You can't do 18 push-ups,
I can. But I'm an athletic person. When they played Roscommon, they did like 40. I was like, yeah, I would quit. I would be like, I'm an athletic person, but I'm not doing 40 push-ups just for touchdown points.
Yeah. 3 minutes left to play. 44-18 Rangers. As they've done all game, they're just going to be running this ball, wing team formation. That's all they do. They are having a hard time trying to tackle them.
So I shook my head because first down.
They were having a very hard time taking down the Rangers. I think all 11 men on the field were a part of that tackle, bringing them down, and it still wasn't good enough. They're giving them another 1st and 10, the 29-yard line. I mean, this game is all she wrote. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go.
Thoughts and prayers to, I think it is a Manton player. I'm not positive. It's on their sideline. Thoughts and prayers to him because he is getting carted off on a lawn stretcher right now to an ambulance. So thoughts and prayers out to him.
Hoping that everything is okay over there. Hoping that nothing too bad comes out of it. Minute 55 to go. 2nd and 5 for the Rangers, 29-yard line. 44-18. Your Wildcats going to be facing a 2-4 record going into the top team in their league, Beale City, next week.
The number 1 team in the state, the team to beat in the state right now. And I've seen highlights of that team, and that team is another state championship contender in Division 6, I think it is. Division 6?
Yep.
So they were supposed to be good last year, but it shocked a lot of people that they were that good to win a state championship. We knew how good they were in baseball, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a huge fan of Beale City baseball because I beat them last year myself, personally, so there we go. But football, I knew they were good. But I didn't know they were state championship good.
And now they're looking to run it back. They're looking to prove that last year was not a fluke. Easton Ransom, the defensive stop. Great to hear his name each week. Being able to see the support he's getting. Like we said, his parents are right next to us. They've been here all game. He's on homecoming court. And slide down by the Rangers at about the 5-yard line.
That's sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship right there.
We've had that all night where it's been going back and forth between the fans, the sportsmanship, blah, blah, blah. That's sportsmanship.
Yep.
That right there shows sportsmanship. He could have easily had the touchdown. He was broke free. He had the touchdown. Slid down and was that's sportsmanship to a T, and I love to see that from Manton to end this game. That's amazing.
So that'll be the final out of Evart, Michigan. Manton Rangers come in and absolutely decimate the Evart Wildcats, as hurtful as it is for me to say that. Rangers win 44-18. Your Wildcats move on to 2-4 on the season as they head into Beale City next Friday in really a must-win game. I mean, this game potentially knocks them out of playoff contention.
I think this could, but next week will.
Next week will if they lose. Must win. Kickoff 6:45 next Friday. We'll be broadcasting out from Beale City. Everyone, it's been a pleasure being on the broadcast with Cam, Jimmy stepped in. Amazing to see him, have him come in. He's got a great future ahead of him as a commentator, a play-by-play guy. Have a great week, everyone. Love someone. We'll be right back here, 6:45 next Friday in Beale City.
Thank you.
B1039 has been proud to bring you Evart Wildcat football. Our coverage is brought to you by these local sponsors: Miller Liquidators and Store Fixtures, Lang Mechanical Heating and Cooling, AJ's Event Center, PLM Lake and Land Management, Molly Cataldo at Edward Jones in Evart, Burnup's Equipment Company, Northland Area Federal Credit Union, Worth Landscaping, and Big Rapids Roofing. We encourage you to patronize all of our local sponsors and tell them you heard their message on B1039.